You found the perfect position, you're qualified and super interested. And even better, submitting a cover letter is optional. Well, don't hit send just yet. I'm going to show you some tips that will make you want to submit a cover letter and bring your application to the next level. Welcome to Tuesday Talks. My name is Ashlee Davis and I work in talent development with Workforce Solutions Rural Capital Area. If you're joining us for the first time, Tuesday Talks is where I sit down and share with you tips, tricks, and advice that can help you not only in your job search, but in your overall career development. I share with you what I've learned from years working directly with all types of job seekers. And I'll even invite some of my friends here at Workforce to sit down and share with us what they've seen work. You can find all of our past videos on our Workforce Solutions Rural Capital Area YouTube channel if you ever need a refresher on a specific topic or a quick you got this before your interview. Last week, we talked about cover letters and the anxiety that many of us have built up around them. I shared with you a technique that can help you get more comfortable with the process of writing one. This week, we're going to be talking about strategies for those of you who are comfortable writing a cover letter, but you feel like what you're submitting might be falling short. Think of today's video as the cover letter 201. Let's start by going into what the ultimate goal of the cover letter is. We talked about this in depth last week, so if you need a refresher, go ahead and check out our cover letter 101 video. Cover letters are rarely required, but should almost always be included. And if done correctly, it can highlight your personality, the value that you'll bring to the company if you're hired, and help you stand out to the hiring manager. With hundreds of applicants and not a lot of time, it's easy for you to be overlooked if nothing on your application differentiates it from the others. First, let's look at the job posting. Read through it with a critical eye and see if you can read between the lines to determine the purpose of the position. Companies hire people to solve a problem. Based on this posting, what can you identify as the problem that they're needing resolved? Are there any words or phrases used repeatedly? Keep those in mind. That's what's important to them. You'll want to speak to these themes in your letter. Finally, you'll want to track down the hiring manager's name to personally address your letter. Sometimes they are included in the posting, but if you don't see it there, head over to LinkedIn and see if you can figure it out based on the job titles of the people who work for the company. As a bonus, if you know someone who works there, ask them if they know who oversees hiring for this position. Next, we need to research the company to get a better sense of what's important to them and to gain some insight into the reason that they opened this position. I recommend doing a Google search first for any current events. This can help you identify why you were drawn to this company or maybe provide insight into the current pain points that they are experiencing. You'll want to speak to both of those things in your letter. After that, head over to the company website. Almost every company site has an About Us section, and this is so helpful when you're writing up a cover letter. Read over this section a few times to identify what the company core values are and to get a general feel for their company culture. After you've done your research, debrief by asking yourself some questions. I encourage you to jot them down on a piece of scrap paper or open up a Word document. Trust me, it will save you some time when we get to the next step. Okay, so the questions you'll ask yourself is, what do you like about this company? What experience do you have that prepares you for this role? What value would the company get out of hiring you? And do you have any skills that directly applied to the reason they posted this position? And then finally, can you back that skill up with any numerical data? So after answering those questions and getting your notes put together, you'll want to plug that information into an outline. It will make it easier for you to write it all up. For your introduction, you will want an opening sentence that hooks the reader in. Don't worry about including your name. They have that information on both your application and your resume. You should include the position that you're applying for and what about the company makes you excited to work for them. Remember, this is just an outline, so bullet points are totally fine, even encouraged. You'll go back after and rework these points into complete sentences. For the body, plug in those answers to the questions that you asked yourself earlier. This portion should highlight the value that you will bring to the company. Avoid focusing on what you will get out of working for them. This should be about what you bring to the table that makes you an irresistible candidate. Wrap up your letter with a strong closing statement. You could pull from what you learned during your research, maybe like a current problem that you can resolve and why, or a company value that aligns with a personal value of yours. Something that really underlines your enthusiasm for not just the job, but for the position within the company. Go back and review your outline before typing it up. Page real estate is so important and something that you need to keep in mind when you're deciding what to include and what to remove. If you have a cover letter that's extremely wordy, chances are it isn't going to land how you want. Hiring managers are moving really fast, so the concept here is to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. After you pull everything together and you're happy with the result, have someone else read through it. You're looking for actionable feedback, so it can really help if you ask them direct questions. Specifically, you're wanting to know what stood out to them the most, if your letter was memorable, and if they think that anything didn't add value and maybe you could remove it. Remember, the goal of the cover letter is to stand out, which can't always be accomplished if you're sending a generic template. So the rule of quality over quantity really does apply here. If this is a position that you are really interested in, then the writing process is worth the time investment. Plus, the time that you put into learning about the company and thinking critically about how you fit into the role can help you feel much more prepared for the interview. All right, folks, that wraps up our two-part series on cover letters. If you're interested in learning more, you can head over to our website, workforcesolutionsrca.com, to check out our workshop calendar and register for the next session of how to create effective resumes and cover letters. Thank you so much for joining me today. Good luck in your job search, and I'll see you next week.